old city girl and I live out in the country. And I've been able to convert a lifetime avocation of writing into a vocation now as a freelance copy editor, which means I still spend a lot of time at my laptop and doing a lot of copy editing work for authors around the world. And it's an activity that engages me 100%. And so when when serendipity first led me to PAC and I discovered the Soul Seat, just from the first time I saw it and the idea of sitting in something other than those office chairs that I spent 40 years sitting in front of a computer as an alternative that just seemed to be common sense. And just looking at it really attracted me, and then one day he brought one around and I got to sit on it. And I had the same reaction for the first time sitting on my Soul Seat, on his Soul Seat, as I did the first time I got in my Mazda RX-7.
Are you serious?
I was like queen for the day. Look, my spine is aligned, I'm perfectly comfortable, and it makes my posture better, which is like the second best cosmetic in the world. The first best is a smile. The second one is good posture. So it was like a triple header. And I'm a little bit of a compulsive buyer, so I'm aware of that, so I put a little hitch in the game and said, well, maybe 8 years ago I had a hip replacement, and so I was a little uncertain about whether or not this could work out for a hip replacement. And so I contacted my surgeon back in Chicago and said, here's this chair that I'm thinking about buying, and this is how you use it, and is there any problem using it as a hip recipient?
Right.
And his answer was, not only not a problem, highly recommended.
Wow.
I mean, this is a healthy way to sit, and it's good. And the Hyperflex is in the right direction. There are some other restrictions if you have a hip replacement, but this isn't one of them. So.
Oh, good.
So now the only objection I had to overcome was, of course, the cost, which.
Yes, you had a little objection to the cost.
Yeah. Right.
Tell me about that. Tell me a little about your buyer's remorse that you had.
So, it turned out that I had just finished a big copy editing project at about that same time, and the payment that I received for the project was about the same as the cost of the chair, and so, or at least the same cost if I reused the chair base from my old Aeon chair, my old-fashioned desk chair. And so, it was like ready cash was there, but still, kind of a head scratch, because it just seemed like, we're talking hundreds, and I'm retired and collecting Social Security, and do you spend that amount of money on a chair just because you use it every day and it's healthier and makes you look good and everybody's happy? It wasn't the cost so much as the fact that what else could I spend that money on if not this chair? And so it was the lost opportunity cost that was a struggle for me. But I moved past that pretty quickly because I had the cash in my hand and I really liked the chair and I had all these other good reasons. So I did the transaction, and PAC helped me put it together on my own chair base. And there it was, and it was, a part of my everyday life. And so that lost opportunity issue diminished continuously over time. So now I'm looking back over, how long have I had this, 8-10 months? And every day I go to my home office, and whether I'm there for 15 minutes just doing emails and household banking or whatever, or I'm in for the long haul doing hours or days on a copy editing project, it works every time. I never get up from the chair feeling badly. And this idea of relaxed sitting and inactive sitting it can't be a part of my life anymore. And so I do get up. Sometimes a leg will get tired, or I'll just feel uncomfortable. But that's a good time to get up and walk around, run downstairs, do something else in the house, and then come back, and it's never a drudgery getting back in the chair. It's like I'm not, you don't plop back in and slump down. And it's not to say I never slump, but I know this more quickly now. and trying to get the ergonomics correct, excuse me, for the arm and the keyboard.
Yeah, how was that?
And the eye height, and so I kind of did an up and a down and an up and a down, and I think I'm at a good place now. So
good.
So I don't have to adjust it every time. But that ergonomic problem will never go away. It's unless you've got a monitor right up in front of you so that you're not having to look down. It's always going to be that. So this is the right blend. And she lived happily ever after. I think that's my story.
That's your story. It's great.